She walked into the WWE Performance Center as a newcomer with something to prove, and she nearly walked out as a champion. But what happened after the bell rang completely changed everything. Welcome to Slam Nation, the ultimate home for the most insane, unpredictable, and explosive wrestling drama on the planet. Tonight we are breaking down one of the most compelling title matches NXT has produced in recent memory. Tatum Paxley vs. Lizzy Rain. The NXT Women's North American Championship on the line. A match that nobody fully anticipated delivering at this level, and yet here we are talking about it because it left the entire NXT universe with its jaw on the floor. If you love WWE drama and insane wrestling moments like this, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to Slam Nation, and turn on notifications because things are only getting crazier from here. Drop your thoughts in the comments right now because I want to know whose side you are on. Now let's talk about who these two women are and why this match meant absolutely everything. Tatum Paxley is not your average NXT Women's Champion. She is unpredictable, intense, and carries herself with the kind of unhinged confidence that makes her genuinely dangerous inside that ring. She has clawed her way through NXT's women's division and established herself as a champion who is not simply holding a title. She is owning it. Every single defense has carried that same chaotic energy that defines exactly who Tatum Paxley is as a performer and as a competitor. She does not just want to win, she needs to win. And that obsessive drive is what makes her one of the most fascinating champions in NXT history right now. There is something about the way Tatum Paxley approaches a championship match that is different from everyone else on the roster. She treats every defense like it could be her last. Like every challenger is the one who finally has her number. That mentality creates a version of Tatum inside that ring that is almost impossible to prepare for because you never truly know which Tatum Paxley is going to show up. The calculated technician or the unraveling force of chaos. On this night, she needed both. And then there is Lizzy Rain, a newcomer. A challenger who arrived in NXT and almost immediately found herself positioned for a title opportunity. That alone tells you something. When WWE puts a newcomer directly into a championship match, it is because they see something extraordinary. Lizzy Rain brought a style that felt fresh, athletic, and completely unpredictable. She was not intimidated by the moment. She was not intimidated by Tatum Paxley. And that right there set the stage for something truly special. Lizzy Rain arrived in NXT carrying the confidence of someone who has been preparing for exactly this moment her entire career. She did not carry herself like a newcomer who was grateful just to be there. She carried herself like someone who fully intended to leave with that championship around her waist. That energy was palpable from the moment she stepped through that curtain, and the NXT universe felt it immediately. But what happened next shocked everyone watching. The match opened with both women feeling each other out in a way that immediately communicated respect and intelligence. This was not two people coming out swinging blindly. This was a chess match from the very first second. Waist locks, standing switches, leg picks. Tatum and Lizzy exchanged holds, counters, and reversals on the mat that had the crowd locked in from the opening bell. Neither woman wanted to give a single inch. Fans could not believe what they were seeing from Lizzy Rain specifically. She executed a cartwheel into a side headlock that had the NXT universe buzzing. She was moving with the kind of fluidity that takes years to develop, and here she was displaying it on her first major championship stage. Tatum Paxley is not an easy opponent to outmaneuver. She is sharp. She is calculated. And she responds to every challenge with a level of aggression that very few people in NXT can match. Tatum fired back with a dropkick that sent Lizzy Rain all the way to ringside. The champion was asserting herself. She was reminding everyone in that building and everyone watching at home that she did not earn this championship by accident. She earned it by being the most focused and dangerous woman in NXT's women's division, but nobody expected Lizzy Rain to respond the way she did. Lizzy blocked a rope dropkick from Tatum and immediately turned the tables by executing that exact same move on the champion. The crowd responded instantly. There is nothing in professional wrestling quite like a competitor turning their opponent's own weapon against them, and Lizzy Rain did it with precision and confidence that told the entire story of who she is as an athlete. This was not a lucky moment. This was calculated. This was a statement. The match continued to build in intensity with both women refusing to give the other any sustained control. Tatum trapped Lizzy in a Boston Crab and the challenger had to fight with everything she had to escape. Every second Lizzy spent locked in that submission was a second the championship slipped further from her grasp, and the crowd felt every single moment of it. Lizzy sought refuge on the apron and the battle continued from there. A torpedo headbutt in the corner from Rain. A rolling Kapu kick from Tatum. These two were exchanging fire at a pace that was absolutely impossible to look away from. This completely changed everything when the near falls began. Trading pinning predicaments. Lizzy bridging out of a cover with athleticism that drew genuine gasps from the crowd. both women taking each other down simultaneously with a double crossbody in the center of the ring. The NXT universe was on its feet. The energy in the Performance Center was electric because everyone watching understood they were witnessing something that transcended a simple title defense. This was a statement match. This was Lizzy Rain announcing to the entire world that she was not here to participate. She was here to compete at the highest possible level. The WWE universe exploded after this happened. Every near fall had the crowd reacting with the kind of passion you simply cannot manufacture. Lizzy Rain came closer to winning that NXT Women's North American Championship than anyone watching expected. She was matching Tatum Paxley move for move, counter for counter, and the reality of what was unfolding in that ring became impossible to deny. A newcomer was genuinely threatening to dethrone one of NXT's most compelling champions. The atmosphere inside that Performance Center had shifted completely. This was no longer a title defense. This was a war. But Tatum Paxley is a champion for a reason. In the moment that decided everything, when Lizzy Rain went for a bridge and Paxley caught her in the counter, it was the split second of brilliance that separates champions from challengers. That is the margin. That tiny fraction of a moment where experience and instinct take over completely. Tatum hit Cemetery Drive. The pinfall was academic. 1, 2, 3. Tatum Paxley retained the NXT Women's North American Championship. And then the real story began. What happened next shocked everyone in that building and everyone watching at home. After the final bell, something remarkable occurred between these two competitors. There was a hug. A genuine moment of mutual respect between champion and challenger that told the entire NXT roster and the entire universe exactly what kind of match they had just witnessed. These two women had pushed each other to the absolute limit, and in the aftermath they acknowledged it. In the brutal, competitive world of NXT, that moment of humanity was striking. It was the kind of moment that reminds you why professional wrestling at its best is unlike anything else in sports entertainment. And then Zarya arrived. Nobody expected this moment. Not Tatum Paxley. Not Lizzy Rain. Not a single person watching. Zarya came in like a force of pure destruction and devastated both women with a double spear that echoed through the Performance Center. She hit an F5 on Lizzy Rain. She hit an F5 on Tatum Paxley. The NXT Women's North American Champion was laid out on the canvas next to the woman she had just competed against, and Zarya stood over both of them sending a message that was impossible to misinterpret. Zarya wants that championship. And she is not asking for it. She is demanding it. Think about what this means for the NXT Women's division going forward. Tatum Paxley just survived the most intense challenge of her championship reign against a newcomer who had no business coming that close to winning. She dug deep, found the counter at the most critical moment, and retained with everything she had. And now before she can even process the victory, before she can even catch her breath, a legitimate physical force in Zarya has announced herself as the next threat with the most violent statement possible. The NXT Women's North American Championship picture just became the most explosive and unpredictable storyline in all of NXT. Tatum Paxley is a fighting champion who just proved she can survive war. Lizzy Rain just proved to the entire locker room that she belongs at the top of this division and that a rematch is not just deserved but inevitable. And Zarya just proved that she is coming for everything, and she is coming right now with zero patience and zero mercy. The only question that matters is this: when Zarya finally gets her hands on Tatum Paxley one-on-one for that title, will there be anything left of the champion after the war she just survived tonight? The answer is coming. And when it does, NXT will never be the same. If this breakdown fired you up as much as it fired us up here at Slam Nation, you know exactly what to do. Smash that like button right now. Subscribe to Slam Nation and turn on those notifications, because we are breaking down every major NXT moment as it happens, and the content only gets bigger from here. Share this video with every NXT fan you know, because they need to see this story unfold. And drop your comment below right now. Are you riding with Tatum Paxley? Are you backing Lizzy Rain for her next shot? Or are you already convinced that Zarya is walking out as the next NXT Women's North American Champion? Let the debate explode. Slam Nation is waiting.